Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan. And this has Come Through, Queen. Well. As Brendan teased last week, he's not here. However, we do have a returning guest. One, Jimbo to the show.
Hi, everyone.
James, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me back.
I mean, tonight it's just family.
Tonight, it's just family. Truly.
As Rue says.
Truly.
I mean, listen to the Patreon pre-show for us to get into how I have bullied James, not only into moving back to the East Coast, not only moving back to New York, not only moving back to New York City, but a stone's throw away from Lake Cursed.
In Brooklyn, baby. That's right. Literally down the street from Chateau Cursed. So here we are.
I'm so happy about that, but we're here to talk about the Bravo universe, and there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah, it's like probably, I'm sure you've had busier episodes, but at the same time, it feels like a potent week.
Well, you know, we saved RHOBH for this week.
Yes.
So
maybe that's why.
There's
maybe
a lot
that's
to
why
get
it
to
feels
there.
kind of, yeah.
I mean, Alex and I were down in Alexandria, Virginia, just like chugging RHOBH episodes on a laptop in a hotel room.
That's right.
Yeah, the way that the Peacock producers intended.
I mean, I was literally watching Housewives of New Jersey on my laptop at a bar in Brooklyn earlier today.
Yeah,
so you know what?
Wow.
When duty calls, we answer. That's right.
Okay, so we need to start with, speaking of RHOBH,
Yeah.
one of the stars, I would say, of RHOBH 2, Eva Marcille.
Eva Marcille. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the husband.
Well, soon to be ex-husband. Yeah.
One might say the mangina. I feel sick saying that. So Eva Marcille files for divorce. We're going to obviously pick you up to where we are present day. We're coming at you a little early this week, actually.
Yeah.
Due to scheduling. We're coming at you with a page 6 update that says the following. Eva Marcille's estranged husband wants to, quote unquote, win her back amid divorce. Eva Marcille's estranged husband, Michael Sterling, is ready to fight to save their marriage after she filed for divorce last week. He said, "I am not going to lose my wife. I'm going to fight for her with every fiber in my being." The attorney wrote in a statement obtained by page 6. "I love her and I plan to show her how much I love her and that our love is strong enough to get to the other side." He concluded, "I am not going to lose my wife. I'm going to win her back." He didn't elaborate on how he's specifically planning on to repair the relationship. Marcille filed for divorce with Sterling on March 23rd after 5 years of marriage, but the news did not break until this week. The Real Houses of Atlanta alum doesn't seem too bothered by her divorce filing making headlines. She encouraged her followers to, quote unquote, smile anyway on a video posted in her Instagram story on Tuesday.
Smile anyway.
She claimed in her divorce filing that her relationship with Sterling was, quote unquote, irretrievably broken. And that there are, quote unquote, no prospects for reconciliation.
Okay.
Wow.
Irretrievable and irreconcilable. So
It's sounding pretty bad.
yeah. At least on her side.
Especially, it's interesting. She, I think, really shined bright on RHOBH 2.
Truly.
In the dark forces that were brewing in the Berkshires.
She was she was our calm amongst the storm, if you will. Yeah, she was kind of our shining bright light. Truly great to watch on that. This is a question just not being fully current on Atlanta.
Yeah.
Was the husband featured kind of regularly or heavily on her seasons of Atlanta?
Okay, so she has not been on Atlanta in a while.
Right.
The husband was not the husband when we met him.
Got it.
He was a boyfriend. I don't know if they were even they might have even been pregnant with their first child because they do have 2 children together.
Yeah.
He adopted her child from a previous relationship as well.
Yeah.
So I believe, if I remember correctly, her wedding was on the show.
Mm-hmm. But maybe towards the end of her tenure or something like that.
But her run wasn't like
illustrious.
Wave making.
Yeah.
I think the audience really like understood who she was once we were on a girls trip.
Sure. Totally. Audience being me.
Yeah. No, I think the broader audience as well.
Yeah, no, totally. She definitely kind of staked her claim. Yeah.
But what's interesting is one of her most contentious moments was when Brandy called the husband the mangina.
Mm-hmm.
And
bye-bye husband.
Bye-bye mangina.
Brandy always wins. No, she doesn't.
No. I'm not sure I've seen Brandy's comment on this yet, but I'm curious to see what that might be.
Yeah. We will await statement.
Okay, but speaking of Brandy.
Okay.
Of the Beverly Hills universe.
Correct.
There's a lot going on over there.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So People Magazine reports Annemarie Wiley, wife of NFL star Marcellus Wiley, is filming for the new season of RHOBH. Sources. The lead, that's what they call it, right? The lead. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills may have found its newest diamond.
Okay. We'll see about that.
Multiple sources tell People the Bravo reality show has been filming with Annemarie Wiley, a 40-year-old nurse anesthesiologist, relevant for Tiffany Moon purposes.
For Dr. Nicole purposes. Sure. Yeah.
Mother of 4 and wife of former NFL defensive end Marcellus Wiley. Couldn't tell you which team. Could not tell you.
I believe he plays for... No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
I would have jumped out the window. Okay. An insider says she's hilarious.
Okay.
She's got...
hope so.
She's got such a lovable personality, lives an active, full life, and is married to a great husband with an adorable family life. She's a hardworking mom. She's going to be a great fit.
Fast forward 4 years and her life is in shambles from being on the show.
No. Bravo has not confirmed any official casting for the upcoming season. I do want to point out, for a few years now, specific to Beverly Hills, they've been announcing casting during filming.
Sure.
And now maybe they're like going back to the old ways of like, okay, we're on a cast trip together. We'll take a group photo that we'll post online.
Right.
New girly, step out of shot.
Or like rumors, whatever. Yeah.
Because we've seen photos, but I've not heard about this girl until today.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I wonder if she's like a mid-season join.
You think they got some stuff on tape? They were like, we need a little something else in the mix.
Yeah. Well, because I think the credence to the thought that it's a mid-season join is we're going to play a little game of care, don't care. The housewives I'm going to bring up to you have all filmed scenes, and we are coming from Atlanta. We're coming from Miami. It's like kind of all hands on deck right now.
Okay. I'm exhausted already, but let's do it.
We're opening the archives of Beverly Hills. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women at least, maybe more.
And when did they start shooting? Recently, right?
I want to say within like the past month.
Okay.
They've already gone on a trip to Las Vegas, I want to say.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Great.
First, care don't care. Cynthia Bailey.
As a human and as like a housewife at large, care within the context of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
No / need more information.
Okay. So let me give you a little more information.
Thank you.
So it's a little interesting because if you remember when she was on RHOBH, she and Kyle Richards fought, which like who would have guessed going into RHOBH 1?
Right.
It'd be a Cynthia versus Kyle.
Sure.
So I wonder if it's like, is she coming in with Kyle or is she friends with someone else and like being like, Kyle, how you doing?
It's like, we're going to like poke that bear. Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm going to say not care because I would have cared more if she was still married to Mike Hill, but they have famously recently divorced.
Got it.
So they were pretending or trying to be bi-coastal with California and Atlanta.
Yeah.
But if she was still married to him, it would have made, it was like, okay, let's get you into the mix in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. But with that not being the case,
it makes more sense for her to go back to Atlanta.
Sure. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what her life decisions are taking her in terms of location, but
sure.
Just in terms of television programming.
Yeah. And from like a producerial perspective, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I want to see the footage. Okay.
Roll footage. Okay. Larsa Pippen.
Right now, care. I do. Who
would guess in 2022/2023 we would care about Larsa Pippen?
I'm caring. I'm like, it's a solid care. I'm not screaming from the rooftops care, but like I'm in the pocket.
So
for sure.
It's not really even like, I don't care from a story perspective. I care from like how did you wander into frame?
How did you? She followed the trucks.
She saw the cameras.
Yeah. No, I think whether you kind of like quote unquote like her or not, she is just somebody who I find endlessly fascinating and somebody who has the capacity to be in kind of interesting or intriguing, especially in different like she's a housewife that I would love to see on a Rugged.
Yeah.
Like put her in different groups of housewives and like, let's roll, you know?
Yeah.
Care for sure.
Care. Okay. Sister to the show, Kim Richards.
Is there even like 100,000% care?
See, I think I care, but like I care for you to not be on the show.
Yeah. No, totally.
I care so much, like I don't want this for you.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't want her to be anywhere near a diamond.
Yeah.
But for her to like appear on frame, wasn't like there was a photo of them hiking or something?
Hiking.
I want to see Kim Richards.
We can hike.
Hiking. Yeah, for sure.
But I don't want you responsible for creating a scene.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think it's more like an update.
Yeah.
I want like a little like what's the tea with Kim Richards in 2023, especially as it relates to her, Kyle, and the
and Kathy. If anything, it's
it's
like Kim talking to Kyle about Kathy.
Let's go.
That would be chef kiss.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A whole 90-minute capsule episode of just that. If I can put in a request.
The next big bottle episode for our time.
1,000%. Let's do it.
Okay. From one Richards to the next. Denise Richards.
Kind of like what we were talking about on the pre-show. Like, I think the Richards seasons are a little bit of a blind spot for me on Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say don't care, but I'm not going to even respect that as like the correct answer because I don't know what the correct answer is here.
No.
Yeah.
I don't care in terms of, see, the thing is none of these people, it's like, oh, I see the future of Beverly Hills in them, in their eye. But I care in terms of just like, you know, she was run off the show by Rinna. So it's nice to see our little ragamuff like in like a messy top bun while everyone else is in full glam.
Yeah.
Like, just like, how you doing, girl?
And do you think this is like so like Rinna is no more?
Yeah, she's not on the season.
So now we have space for
Denise
Richards.
She could pop her head in.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, how many people are popping their heads in?
Okay, well, I was going to wait until we got to the end of the list to ask this question. Okay, well, why don't we get to the end of the list first? Yeah.
Last one, Camille Grammer. We've done this before.
We've done it before. This is like a why.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a care or don't care. It's just like what is the impetus for...
It's a third answer. Why?
Yeah, what is the impetus for this?
Yeah.
Especially given her behavior. I don't even know how to say it. Like her behavior, you know, that, you know. I would say a why / I I'd say 50% why, 30% don't care, 20% care.
Okay, a great mix.
A total mix. Like I never really supposed to pick one.
No.
What about you? I don't know.
I think we've kind of like run our course with Camille.
Sure.
And I don't think like that's the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think therein lies the question, like, what is the reasoning for all of these kind of, guest stars of both past Beverly Hills Housewives and also like what are we trying to
random cities?
Because like, again, we talked about this on the pre-show too, but like I thought the last 2 seasons of Beverly Hills were like very well received in the sense of like viewership and like they're part of the conversation, I guess. But like,
okay, so I think
what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do?
I think a problem was the fans got tired of Renna, right?
Sure.
And maybe a 1-year break is good, but I could imagine a world where like we have a season of playing patty cake that we're like, oh, we do need Renna to produce a little bit,
So it's just like we need to kind of keep people interested with all of these like
popping on screen,
not like Easter eggs, but like little like, oh, Kim Richards for like a scene, cool.
I mean, that was literally what they did with Dubai with like Phaedra Parks randomly having lunch with one of the girls.
And I mean, I guess it's part of a larger arc of like throughout the Bravo cinematic universe. It's like there's more cross-pollination happening over the past couple of years, right? Than there ever has been. So,
I mean, I think the thing that actually excites me maybe so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cynthia might excite me the most in terms of the rugged relationship.
Sure.
Yeah,
there's like some like unsolved or like unresolved. Unresolved is really what I'm looking for. Something there to toss back into the mix. Yeah. Whereas the others are just like nostalgia or
randomness.
Maybe she's visiting the OnlyFans headquarters in Los Angeles to pick up her check.
She's showing foot. Wow. No, I do think the news of a fresh face has me more interested.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We need something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have faith. I mean, with Sutton Strack at the helm.
Because this will be her third. Maybe third full-time. Oh, God.
So second full-time? Third total?
Yeah. Okay.
I think that might be the alchemy there.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Send her diamond.
Okay. We've talked plenty of Rugged. It's time to talk about Rugged season 3.
Actual Rugged.
Oh,
boy.
They did the annoying 3-episode drop. And as I've mentioned, kind of like steamrolling through them on a hotel bed, on a laptop.
Yeah.
Not as God intended. And I just like, they're only 8 episodes, I think, total. So it's like, why am I watching half the season in one day?
Yeah. I mean, I think just given the arc of the 3 episodes, I mean, was it all to kind of build to the boat chaos?
So I kind of think, I feel like, sometimes they've done these like Miami's a good example of this. They did a multi-episode Miami drop. Mm-hmm. And I do think they ended on like a good spot for that. For Rugged, I feel like they could have ended on episode 2. It could have been 1, 2.
I was exhausted at the end of episode 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about that boat scene for hours and, what we would have done differently on that scene. But like, I think, because I mean, I kind of like, it was back to back. And so I think by the time we got to that point, it was just like, I had limited bandwidth to process the chaos,
I mean, ending it with episode 2, She Need a Man, She Take a Man.
Yeah.
I think that would have been like a great period.
Correct.
On the drop.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can, and just give us a little tease and like, kind of like we can look forward to the boat and whatever was beyond. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go woman by woman in our journey with them.
Yes.
Is there anyone you would particularly like to start with?
I will defer to you here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to start with my girl Candace.
Always happy to start with Candace.
Always happy to start with Candace. So I want to say she's at a disadvantage going into this because we have Marisol and Alexia, a team.
A real team.
We have her castmate Giselle and Portia, a team.
Yeah, which really materialized as the episodes progressed.
But going into it, you need to, I don't know if you know this. They co-hosted a show called Bravo's Chat Room.
Yeah, Chat Room. Yeah.
Where they built a relationship.
100%.
And then theoretically, the Snow Bunnies, aka Whitney and Heather, would have been a team.
But coming off of just shooting season 3, right?
Not so much a team.
So
it's actually so fascinating to me, her and Leah getting along.
Well, because Leah was a woman on her own island.
Yeah.
And Candace, kind of a woman without a country, right?
Yeah.
And because in theory, the two of them would have had minimal interaction or relationship. I mean, I don't know.
Prior to this.
I don't really follow.
They don't know each other.
Their movements.
Yeah. No, they don't know each other.
Right.
And if you remember, probably up until days before this actually filmed, it was going to be Leah and Tinsley.
Right.
And not Portia.
Right.
That would have been more interesting in terms of Giselle.
Yeah.
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 Because what would Giselle be doing?
And also for Candace.
I think Candace could have then had more options of who am I going to hook on to?
Sure. But it was who got picked last for teams.
Yeah.
In a way. Like Candace and Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Candace, I think she has explained it that they went right from Potomac 2 weeks earlier into this.
They wrapped Potomac.
Yeah. Took up a 2-week break, filmed this.
Yeah. That's as I was watching it, I was actually looking forward to talking to you about it. Because I was you have the best sense. And they made reference to
oh yeah.
Because, Heather and Whitney were oh, we just finished. We haven't had a reunion yet.
Yeah.
But I feel exactly how to place. And I was kind of my head was spinning. I was okay.
I mean, this is the worst. This is the worst they've ever done in terms of confusing the audience.
Yeah.
Because people are coming right off of filming, but then people are talking about each other's seasons as if they've watched them and they have not aired. So they have not watched them.
Right.
But then sometimes they don't act like that in terms of the black eye.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll talk about the black eye when we get to the Snow Bunnies, but the rehashing of drama that we just as viewers consumed.
Not the look.
I don't want to talk about Chris Bassett anymore. And the accusations. Yeah. I don't want to talk about the black eye anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's that became a little, it's interesting to see it in context. And it is interesting to see the women play tennis with it. Yeah. Right. But
responding to other franchises drama.
That is fascinating to hear Giselle talk about the black eye.
And Jen Shah.
Yeah. And that is inherently interesting. But as a viewer too, you're I can't talk about the black eye anymore.
I can't imagine they're going to do this again.
Right.
Anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, first couple episodes, first couple days, it's sure. Now that
oh, no. I mean, do this as a casting decision.
Oh, for Rugged 5 and beyond. Yeah. Sure. I get that. But no, listen, Candace, I mean, as a viewer, I mean, I had a great season with her, season 7. And kind of to the counterpoint, I'm still kind of riding a little bit of a Candace wave. And I felt that Candace, not that she brought the same energy that she did in season 7, but there was tastes of a similar vibe. You know what I mean?
So here's something to think about. Candace has not been fan loved until this past season. So as she's filming this, in her mind, she's still not fan loved.
Right. But she had just wrapped shooting season 7, right? Yeah.
But she didn't know how that was going to be received. She could have been the enemy once again.
So yeah, maybe, but yeah, I guess to my point, it's like she just kept doing what she was doing in a way, right?
But, I mean, one interesting update is that she and Chris are, quote unquote, in the worst place in their relationship that they've ever been.
At the time of shooting Rugged, right?
At the time of shooting Rugged, which seems unrelated to the show drama.
It seems like it was about Chris's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said they got in like a massive fight before.
It feels like we might hear more about it later in the season.
And then on the boat, it seemed like, tears came and, like the boat was kind of like a...
Well, that's why I was bringing up, like, she's still not fan favorite.
Sure. No, yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
She's going into this, like, freaking out. Like, I don't know anybody.
Right.
Everyone hates me.
Yeah. Okay. I see your point now. Yeah. No, seeing, like, fast forwarding to her meltdown.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming out of season 6, 5, 6 into 7. Totally. Yeah. But I love watching Candace on television.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing her in the ring. We can talk about Portia when we get to Portia, but like that was great to me. Yeah. I love seeing Candace in context.
I loved her naming ceremony.
I loved that.
Shanita and Chiteka.
Should take a man.
That was the dichotomy of Shanita and Chiteka.
Should take a man.
Was the best.
It was fantastic.
And Snow right and Snow wrong.
It's good.
Havana White.
Yeah. And Candace performing Drive Back.
With the Ladyboys.
With the Ladyboys in a loofah at this dinner and making the women listen to her song once. Like how many times is Giselle going to hear Drive Back? One more time.
The sound cutting out mid-performance.
And she kept on going. I love the idea of Candace sending all those Thai performers Drive Back and being like,
let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think a great transition from Candace is Heather Gay standing Drive Back and singing it throughout and being a Housewives fan.
Portia said it.
It's so bad.
Portia literally said, like, so you're a fan, yeah?
Okay. And I know people listening to this, some of you out there still might love Heather Gay so much.
I want to know who.
I want to name.
Identify yourself.
Okay. Because, like, I think we've gone from, like, season 1 where it was like, okay, relatable queen to, like, season 2, like, you're still being, like, you want to ride for this woman.
Yeah.
To season 3, like, okay, you're burning bridges left and right.
You're not good at television.
So now, still standing by all that.
Yeah.
And being a fan.
And not even pretending not to be.
Like,
cannot keep her cool.
And it's not.
I read your book.
Okay, it's not even like Portia's the only one there to, like, be a fan of. Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, in terms of, like, legendary mothers.
Yeah.
Like Portia.
There's one mother here.
Yeah. But, like, she's fangirling. Well, it's that with Heather, it's that, but then also, I don't know. I think she's being messy. She's drinking too. It's just like she can't keep it together.
Okay. I do think the one interesting part about Whitney and Heather on this show is now we are getting to, like, what we can't talk about in Salt Lake City in terms of, like, you are obsessed with being, like, liked as a housewife on the show.
Right.
Heather. And then we're going to lump in Whitney now into the conversation. You are fighting for your life because you're the breadwinner now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, it's kind of like a dichotomy of, like, why Salt Lake City is a little weird in that we need rich women who don't care about, like, their life doesn't depend on the show.
Correct. Because for both of these women,
their life depends on the show.
To your point, for kind of different reasons, right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, And I think I don't know, just watching the two of them, again, interesting to put them in context with these women and see how they do.
Yeah.
But me personally, I thought season 3 of Salt Lake was unwatchable. Like it was so terrible. So like I was not asking for more of Whitney and Heather. And then I definitely was not asking for more of the black guy.
Oh yeah.
And the like, the Lisa Barlow. Like I literally was like thinking like, I don't want to talk about the Lisa Barlow rumor ever again. You know what I mean? And like, here we are.
So I don't understand why they picked the two of them out of Salt Lake City.
Yes. Give us Lisa Barlow and call a judge. No, actually, I don't want Jen Shaw. But like,
no.
Give us Lisa.
I know Jen could have filmed. No, but
call the judge and be like, just. Oh, well, yeah. I guess this was last year.
It was international. Year. She couldn't go international.
Oh, she couldn't go international. Well, they could, they could have done it in, San Diego or whatever.
No, okay. So,
who would you have done instead of? We would have done Lisa.
So I would have done Lisa and Whitney, or Lisa and Meredith.
Sure. Yeah. Or Lisa and Angie Harrington.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're doing friends of.
Or Angie K and Angie Harrington.
Yeah, there's
give them two friends of.
We have a friend of on main cast.
Oh yeah, Marisol.
Shall we go to Marisol?
Yeah, Marcel, as Portia calls her.
Okay. I gotta say, it's kind of like the highs and the lows of Marisol here.
We're going to Marisol. Yeah.
Because I think I'm glad we're getting moments that we're not getting because she is a friend in terms of Mama Elsa,
that
life.
I think talking about Marisol, the Mama Elsa, I mean, that lunch was like up and down, left and right, tedious, like beautiful, not, but that was the
moment,
heart of the entire 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like I was tearing up.
Yeah.
Because that was some real shit.
Yeah.
No, like, period. Like, and Mama Elsa being kind of the beloved, character of like Miami 1.0.
Yeah. That
we all kind of like fell in love with. And like that, and Marisol has kind of, she's playing a little bit of like the kind of like booze hound, whatever. It's like, it's a little character that she's playing, but like that was so rooted in something real. And I feel like, especially in the latter half of the first 3 episodes of Rugged, like we needed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of getting some more of Marisol that we would not normally get.
Yeah. But then we're also getting like, I don't feel well. Pour me a drink. It's like, okay.
She's talking about how like, her like kind of like GI tract is so, messed up. I also
her body is shutting down.
I worried about all these women because like, I mean, I've never traveled as far as Thailand, but like they're flying to like Qatar. Like they're flying for like 24 to 36 hours, however long it takes to get. And then they just like dive right in to filming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marisol could have used just like a night of like sparkling water, and then get to it. Like I love you drinking all day. It's entertaining to me, but yeah.
I do like Marisol and Alexia.
Same.
Just kind of hanging out.
Like there was one point, I feel like on the boat where like the two of them literally like tapped out of a conversation. They were like, bro, like we're out.
Bro,
like we're out.
And I, por favor, are my two favorite.
No, and I love, because, and they'll reference, they'll be like, yo, these Salt Lake girls are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's refreshing to have that kind of like, not like neutral party, but like that untouched kind of pair while the others kind of like run amok.
Scurry about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do think Alexia, we're getting a lot of the same Judician moments.
Yes.
But I'm not tired of her.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I thought their kind of like segment that they hosted on the boat was cute with the Spanish sayings.
Oh my God,
yeah. I'm not tired of her yet. I feel like, her and Leah getting into it more so on the Leah side, I guess.
That's more Leah. Yeah.
That's more Leah. We'll get to it. But like, I feel like we haven't really seen Alexia fully activate yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we haven't had like a Adriana moment.
Correct. But no, I'm having a blast, especially with the two of them. Yeah.
The two of them, yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to see Alexia kind of in context with Marisol, but also somewhere new. Yeah.
So I want to jump from that to Portia, because I think that's kind of what ties half the house together, is that Marisol and Alexia are the bros.
Yes.
And then Giselle so Giselle is like, well, fuck Candace. And Portia's like, I have no one.
Right.
So obviously we're together.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, we're together. Let's be with the bros.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like shaping the whole house. Right?
I think so. Yeah. And I think they would see themselves as kind of like, or at least Portia and Giselle would see that car as or that van as the A van.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any van that Heather Gay is not in.
That's the van you want to be in.
That's the van I'm jumping in. Oh my God, just a tangent, wasn't that the van that they kicked her out of? Did you catch that? They were like, this van's full. Sorry, babe. Bye. And Heather was just kind of like, oh. She's like, thank you.
I'll go with Whitney.
She's like, loved your book.
Fan.
How sad.
Okay, Portia. She really is like
mother.
It's kind of like, it's like a victory lap almost.
It's because she is giving. It's effortless.
Well,
in confessional, in context, with the girls, without the girls.
It's like, you want me back? Pay me.
Totally. Pay me. And she thinks she's on Bravo.
Yeah.
For the last time, Portia, it's Peacock.
That was good. That was iconography, yeah.
No, yeah. Like I have not. Atlanta, I'm in and I'm out on, and like I know obviously I watched Portia early seasons, but like a joy to watch her do it and do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her and Candace is exciting to me. Very exciting.
Well, yeah.
It was like at the end of episode 1, I think was like at the dinner table where they started to kind of like, I was just like, I think I like the two of them toe to toe. Yeah. Yeah. But I also love the two of them as friends. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of Rugged is like nothing is long term.
Right.
So like people can fight and then they can make up because they know that they don't have to like carry it with them for forever.
And I think Candace and Portia is a little bit of like game recognized game. You know what I mean?
Well, spoiler alert, Candace goes to Portia's wedding.
Right. And
that's
like
important to know.
I think I knew that like I always knew that they will get there, but to see it play out in real time.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah.
Let's talk about Portia's BFF. Giselle. It's kind of giving loser vibes for me.
It's giving loser vibes. It's giving the same tactics as Potomac.
Let me
just bring it up.
Stir the shit.
Bring it up.
Although
like,
I do love
boldly and like,
I mean, the one thing I do like that we don't get on Salt Lake City, which I've been like screaming for, is like, can someone talk about the Jen Shah thing like a normal human? Like, why are you riding for this girl?
Totally.
Like someone to yell at Heather Gay.
Yeah. Like a truly kind of, it's almost like a neutral, not like neutral party, but it's like somebody who's
objective,
like removed, just being like, what are you doing? Yeah. And like when they were talking about the black eye, I don't want to talk about the black eye anymore, but like,
Jen being punched
like,
you.
Jen punch, like all the girls were like, so Jen punched you, yeah? Like what? Just say it, And Heather's just, loser. But I think Giselle, I'm not a Giselle stan to the extent that our usual co-host is. But it's like I appreciate her. I have a reverence. I have a reverence for her. She's still good.
She's good at confessionals.
She's great in confessionals, and I do love watching her and Portia. Like whatever the intentions for the two of them pairing up are. I mean, they are good together.
I'm being harsh.
No, but I hear you when she's all of a sudden she'll just like bring up whatever the thing is just to be like, let's talk about, it's like, it's not as, it's clunky sometimes.
But it's also very convenient that like there's nothing to talk about for you.
Which continues.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like that is a continuation of, to Candace's point.
Of Potomac,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, like, I will never be mad at having Giselle Bryant on my screen.
No.
Like, she is mother, but
Yeah. I believe she is a come through queen top 10 housewife of all time.
Totally. 100%. and well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But we got 5 more episodes.
I know. Well, I know. You know what? The thing is, like, I would have liked Giselle on this show with any Potomac housewife other than Candace.
Sure.
Karen. Well, no, they obviously want to spread the wealth of Karen and Giselle.
I know. It's like, but who, given where they were at, who else?
Yeah. Can't be Wendy.
And I don't really want to see her and Robin.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And I don't want to really see, Mia has not earned her.
Has earned her stripes.
Mia does not deserve. Yeah, I know. It's like, who would it be?
It's annoying.
Yeah, there's really nobody else.
No, it should have been Karen and Candace. Mother-daughter.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Karen
will get one for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Next.
One. She's queued up. Yeah.
She's good. Okay. Last but not least.
Leah
Mob.
Yeah.
So I can sense the frustration of her coming on without Tinsley.
It's like what's not. It's what's not being said.
I think that is not being said because I think she's already vocalizing being pissed about how her last season of RHONJ went.
And to come on to Rug It
alone.
She's almost got the most to prove.
She is kind of lip syncing for her life.
Yeah. Out of all the dolls.
Yeah. Especially like I don't understand some of the choices that she's making.
Because like everybody except Leah and Portia is current conversation.
Oh yeah.
Right.
On their show, yeah.
And Portia being legendary mother, we have Leah left, who is truly pick me.
Yeah. I do think her big misstep was that Alexia thing. Like, why did you do that? Yeah. You were actually doing well for a while on the show, I think.
Yeah, it seemed, and I can't pretend to know Leah that well.
Yeah, okay.
But it seemed out of character, but like it seemed out of character. You know what I mean? Just like,
well, you just listened to the story. You were asking questions about the story.
Right. And if you're going to come for like anybody talking about some like boring shit to all the other girls' point, that's not the story.
Yeah.
Like that is
the most interesting
that is an
one.
objectively interesting thing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know? And I could listen to that story 4 times over, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not the doll to come for.
Now I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember like we probably were talking about in the group chat how there was like the lie rumor that Leah threw elephant shit at someone and got kicked off the show?
Yeah, I spread that rumor.
Was it
Somebody?
you?
No, I mean like I didn't start it, but like once we started talking about this season filming, I was like, yeah, Leah gets kicked off because she throws elephant shit.
But lo and behold, everyone is throwing
everybody.
Shit.
Portia threw the first shit at the elephant at the elephant sanctuary,
and then took some back to Stonewall.
I mean, everybody was.
Yeah.
And then they were fine after that.
Yeah. It's just funny that like
the rumor mill.
That was a rumor, and then for us to actually be throwing shit.
I had fun in that scene.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't even know where we're going for the next 5 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's like, okay, we had that kind of, it wasn't like a climactic boat scene. It was just kind of like the culmination of a lot of chaos that just kind of went.
Oh, I hated it so much.
I really did. I was having trouble. I mean, it's typical, like, everybody screaming. How do we as the viewer, like, make sense of it? And it was too much, you know?
I don't even understand, like, as a participant, how you think you're making good television.
Correct.
Especially you've already made good television other times and it has not looked like this.
Right. And that is, I mean, just as an aside, like, as a viewer of Housewives, that is my most frustrating thing as a viewer is when we're all just
screaming.
It's a pile-on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that this group, as random of a group as it is, I thought that they would be able to navigate that a little bit more skillfully.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they did.
Wow. Okay.
Well, like, long story short, I'm down. Let's do
fun.
it. I'm ready. I'm having fun. This experiment of rugged is endlessly entertaining.
Yeah.
No matter who you throw into the mix, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head on over to Long Island.
Let's do it.
Summer should be fun at SummerHouse. We're
having a little bit of fun.
We're having a little bit of fun. We're closing out Amanda's birthday weekend. We're going into the city. We're having city scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Paige and Craig from Southern Charm
are talking about Craig's house.
Living together.
Craig wants a couple hangers. Craig wants some room in the underwear drawer.
Yeah.
Craig wants to be seen.
I'm like really surprised about Paige's response to this because you may not be familiar with her previous serious boyfriend, Perry. But that was like a COVID boyfriend.
Yes.
That she was like, it seemed like she was ready to like
right.
live a life with.
Yeah.
And then she got sick of him, met Craig in the winter house.
Right. Then it was Craig and Andrea.
Andrea.
That was all of
it
last
was like,
season.
It was Ben, Noel, Felicity vibes.
Mm-hmm. Who's she going to pick?
Who's she going to pick?
And she picked the wrong one, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves Andrea.
Dream man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coffee in the morning, carrying the luggage down the stairs.
Coffee and love. It's her best one.
Best one hot. I was like, you're gonna know the actual lyrics. Okay, so yeah, they're in Paige's apartment. They're talking about long distance.
Yeah, but she's not gonna let 30 nor a 1-year anniversary be the barometer.
I have to say, and this happened, I think, last season when Batula turned 30. Every time one of them mentions turning 30, it is a kick in the gut. Because I see like, the entire cast is like our contemporaries. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, no,
but
half,
then I'm like,
half up, half down.
Half up, half down.
Yeah.
Truly. I was like, and you're 30. Got it. Okay.
No, it's Hub, Carl, Kyle, Luke.
Our age. Then the kids. Yeah. Sierra is kid.
27.
Oh, right.
On a good day.
Right. Oh my God. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So yeah, Paige is kind of being confronted with turning 30, loving her life.
Yeah.
And she is resistant to, because Craig is how old? Probably our age.
Surprisingly, like early 30s, I want to say. Damn. But he's a hard early 30s.
Exactly. Yeah, that is
it's a hard life.
That's a hard 33.
In Bapadoo.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, they have the conversation.
Yeah.
Paige is resistant.
Okay, so we have matriarch to matriarch.
The
Hub Batula.
I was gonna say the lunch we've all been waiting for, but like, didn't they just have wines?
No, they just had wines.
Yeah. The Tuesday afternoon wines we've been waiting for it.
Although I don't even know what was discussed, if we're being really honest.
I feel like it was not forced, but the resolution was thin.
It was just kind of like, why can't we be friends?
Yeah.
Why can't... But it was no conversation about anything
of
topic,
substance.
Yeah.
Just kind of like it was a play-by-play of how we got to this point.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like a very thin, let's just kind of like try and move on.
Yeah.
But
neither of them want to.
Yeah.
They're only saying that for their husband / boyfriend.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. We have Danielle's Robert driving in with Danielle in what I would assume to be Robert's grand finale on this show, because they have now since split. So, okay, here I have a lot to say.
Let's go.
Number one, obviously, normally I see myself in Kyle.
However,
in a Robert episode, I definitely see myself in Robert.
Because
I'm feeding the family.
You are feeding the family. Tulum vibes. What was Robert serving that night? I didn't even catch most of it.
It was Tulum vibes.
It was just like we're talking like tacos and like
tacos and dips and then this and then
yeah.
that.
Because I mean, how many people are at that table? 10, 12?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard to feed that. And when these girls do it, it's pasta.
Yeah.
Or it's burgers, hot dogs.
Correct.
So he's bringing something new to the table, which you have to give credit to.
100%.
He's bringing containers pre-prepped
from the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
So you got to give credit where credit is due.
I'll give him credit. Yeah.
But then for Danielle to be like crying, it's like, oh, I thought we were going to spend time together. Well, your boyfriend should not have been cooking for the house for the one night that you wanted to spend time together.
100%. And it's one night and I get it. Like you're being paid to film this show.
Yeah.
This is where you are on the weekends. I get it. But like you are inviting your boyfriend to your summer share house where you have 9 roommates or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
what do you want? Like, your special night is not going to be
correct
in the night with your 9 roommates in the 4 bedrooms.
100%. And let the man have some fun. His job seems difficult.
But if anything, like also, he's showing, like, you're doing this to show off his skills and promote him as a chef.
Right.
Like, you can't be viewing this as, this is our special night.
Correct. You can't, like, there's only X amount of hours in an overnight trip for Robert to be on television, be there with Danielle, and like cook a multi-course meal for like 10 people.
Yeah.
Via which
Team
he can
Robert.
promote himself. Team Robert. Sorry, Danielle.
Okay. I've been a little like snoozy on Sierra.
Yeah.
But the Sierra Gabby thing is interesting to
It's
me.
interesting. Yeah. Sierra wanting Gabby to quote unquote be more authentic.
Well, I think Sierra has a little gripe with like how she views Gabby as privileged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But like Gabby really luxuriates in it, being like, I don't shop for my groceries. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. There's definitely more to explore there, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we go out. Carl and Lindsay.
Oh.
Like, I don't even know the right terminology. Grinding on each other, seated, making out.
I don't know.
It
was
quite nauseating.
too much. And forced. Like, it just felt inorganic to me.
Yeah.
Gross.
I mean, like, Lindsay is the show, but if Lindsay and Carl are going to meet together, it's not right for the show.
Yeah. Having them as number one guy and girl in the group is not computing.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
Well, we're also kind of getting to the point where if the show is going to like continue on for 7 more years, it can't be Carl, Lindsay, Kyle.
Yeah. What's like the kind of like 2.0 of SummerHouse?
Well, I mean, it's either like City House, like we are adults living in the city with relationships and kids, or you're on RHONJ reboot.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 options.
Totally. 100%.
It's interesting that they were talking about Carl and Lindsay, they're like, oh, if we're gonna buy a house, like, are we gonna buy it in Montauk? It's like, no.
No.
Like, this isn't Valley Village.
No.
Buy in the city, please.
1000%. Like, if it ain't broke. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not. I feel like we were talking about this earlier. I'm not having fun with Carl and Lindsay.
Yeah. Okay, so Robert stays up all night, and then
as he should.
But as we were having fun, I'm like, yeah, Robert, like, have fun. And then when I learn that he's supposed to be leaving for work at 7:30.
Because what was it? What was the timestamp on the crying?
I think it was like 7:30, 9:30.
No, but like, when did he crawl into bed? It was like 2:57 a.m. or something.
Oh, it was definitely like in the 2 to 3 o'clock hour.
That gives me...
It makes you sick.
It makes you feel sick. Like, it gives me head to toe anxiety thinking about crawling into bed blackout drunk. Now, and listen, glass house can't throw stones, right? But
I think Robert is a peer. Danielle and Robert are peers.
Yeah.
They're not in their 20s.
True. So he's running on 4 hours of sleep.
In his old age.
In his older age. And he's got to go do some prep. Oh my God.
Okay. So...
Where'd we go next?
Next day.
Vineyard?
I don't really know what... Oh yeah, Vineyard. But like, I don't think anything really that interesting happened at Vineyard.
Weird conversation about like sex and like orgasms and...
there's a lot of like stupid group conversations.
I think it was like, what was the sidebar with Sierra? Oh, Sierra and Chris. Chris tried to like hit on Sierra.
Oh, yeah. For like the third time, I think.
Yeah, and then Danielle went over to save Sierra.
Oh, yeah.
I think the most entertaining part was Carl pulling Lindsay and was it Sierra in the wagon, and then they fell over.
Oh,
That was, I actually laughed.
All right. We're gonna have girls' night, and then this is where Lindsay
activates.
She's like, I want to fucking go.
I want to fucking go.
I mean, this, like, if I'm Carl watching this, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Because, like,
sorry, no, finish your thought.
No. I'm just like, I would be like, oh, yeah, like, you're trying to, like, meet me on my level.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh, you want to fucking go.
Right. But I to Lindsay's credit, the conversation got a little, it was interesting because like I think Lindsay was trying to say that when I want to fucking go, I do it in these isolated moments when I'm away from my recovering alcoholic boyfriend who's sober. And then Danielle was saying things and to Lindsay's point, Lindsay was like, isn't this what I should be doing? Because Danielle was like, you're really curbing your drinking when you're around Carl.
I know. Why are she
and Lindsay was like,
out?
Bitch, like, yeah, because my boyfriend's sober. Like, I got to give Lindsay some credit there. And like, yeah, maybe it's not the healthiest thing to be like, oh, I have to have these like rager nights where I go out with the girls and like, this is the only time I can like really enjoy myself. I feel like that's what Danielle was trying to say, but not the right words.
So the Come Through Queen podcast has been maybe out of, like, you know, we love Batula. Sure. We love Paige. We love Lindsay. But I feel like we've like ridden hard for Danielle as like a do no wronger. And to me, it's like, you're a do no righter right now.
Yeah. She's not hitting.
She's not hitting.
Danielle's not hitting right now. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting conversation. I feel like Lindsay didn't have too many friends in that conversation other than Sam. I feel like Sam was like, oh, like I had a boyfriend for 10 years who was sober.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. No, Brendan and I talked about last week. I do think this like bodes well for Lindsay.
Yeah.
It seems as though she, Sam, and Gabby are getting along present day.
Yeah.
Which gives us
the new class.
Two sides of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
The problem being there's two sides of the house and then two men plus Chris. We need more men.
Well, that's what the three of them were talking about.
Where are
they're
the
out by
men?
the pool. Where are the men? Where are the men? We need more non-flop men on that show.
It's hard.
It's
It's
really
hard to find non-flops.
because
Men.
I was thinking about that when I was watching, and again, like SummerHouse is a more new journey for
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
In watching this show, I'm like, even when I don't like them, I love all the dolls. I
Yeah.
love the
dolls.
girls.
Yeah.
Love the girls. But yeah, we need, and who's it going to be? Like, what kind of man do we need?
Yeah. It would be interesting if, like, obviously we have so many years of history, but if the show had originally been the dolls, and then the men are just friends and men of the dolls,
Like Jersey style.
Yeah.
Where they get like prominent airtime.
Yeah.
But it's
Ooh.
about the girls. Is
Mind blown.
This is 2.0.
Too
That's where
hard.
we head.
Too hard to really wrap your head around.
100%. All right.
Speaking of jurors.
Jurors.
Wow. Okay, so like this is actually really special. I think like that, like for you to make your grand return to Come Through Queen on a Jersey
While Jersey's airing.
Pump Renaissance.
This is kind of my sweet spot.
This is like your moment.
I feel the most qualified I've ever felt to be on this podcast, actually. So great.
Okay. We're kind of waking up the next morning. The best part of waking up is in each other's shore homes. First of all, can you speak to the 3 shore homes?
Which one I'd want to be in?
Yeah.
Easy. Dolores. Fuda.
Oh.
Is that?
Oh, wait, the Fuda home.
The Fuda home. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dolores, Fuda, and who am I missing? Oh, Fessler.
Fessler,
Duh.
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, okay, wait. Sorry.
You want to be with them, but what home do you want to physically be in?
Oh, like in terms of the physical home.
Yeah.
Gorgas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorgas is the best house.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like who I would want to kick it with, Fuda, Dolores, Fessler. However, who do I want to have breakfast with? Jen, Aiden, Teresa.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I want the Turkish sausage.
Yeah.
I want Teresa doing something on the stove.
Yeah.
That's
now,
where I wanna have
not to be
breakfast.
Robert, but like my eyes grazing upon all 3 homes. None of them are really setting me ablaze. Maybe more Aiden more than anyone else. But like it was a little nauseating, like watching them take the plastic wrap off the food on the table.
Sure. Yeah.
It makes you feel sick.
Well, I feel like Jen is a very like, as a cook, I feel like she's just like,
Oh yeah, she's got 25 children.
Yeah. What was it? I think it was the previous episode or was it this episode? I think it was last week's episode
Okay.
where she like had the crudité from the supermarket and she was trying to flip it over into the bowl as like Teresa was arriving or whatever. And there's like cauliflower bits all over the table. Like Jen is is an agent of chaos in every sense.
Yeah.
Even in the kitchen.
I just want to point out the Gorgas serving guacamole and chips at breakfast.
At breakfast.
Not famously known as a breakfast treat.
Sure. So we're waking up. Many of them are hungover. Most of them, I would imagine.
I know.
At this point,
did Joe Josephs like leave the bed? Did he join us?
I don't know if he ever made it down for breakfast. I remember Margaret telling him to brush his teeth.
I loved him wrapped in his like sheets.
When Bill came down though, because Bill is obviously the one I'm most worried about.
Oh, Bill's so drunk.
Still drunk, but like looks great.
Yeah.
That man can slap himself together.
Perform surgery.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go.
That's a whole other conversation that I can't get into. But
Okay.
so we're waking up. We're at the shore.
We're going to Rachel Fuda's for a second brunch.
A second brunch. Yeah. Jen's making brunch. A pre-brunch to the brunch.
Yeah.
A
brunch before the brunch.
No, she looked at those kids and she was like, Bill, you need some sausage. You need some like grease in you. Yeah. So we're going to Fuda's for brunch.
Okay. When we learn about Skinny Girl Pizza.
I'm exhausted already.
Wait. The fact that she would dare name it Skinny Pizza, Teresa Giudice and Louis.
Yeah.
Are you trying to go back to jail?
Honestly.
Bethany
I'm
will try to send you there.
Well, I think in her brain, she's like, I had the cookbook, Skinny
Skinny
Italian.
Italian.
You know, what's the problem? You know, like, her, her brain cells knocking around in there. Okay.
Do Nono's Pizza.
Do Nono's Pizza. Okay, so can we actually talk about, because I was actually having trouble following what I believe to be the root of the business dispute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm going to use my legal terms correctly.
Sure.
Joe Gorga has an idea.
Okay.
To create a line of pizza ovens.
Which, I'm going to say this. Every Italian has this idea.
Correct. But Joe Gorga, in his mind, believes himself to be the first.
Yeah.
So Joe goes to Teresa and Louis by association to be like...
An investor.
As an investor, would you like to do this with me?
Yeah.
So then Louis puts up $250K, which is obviously not the entire capitalization for the project, right?
Yeah.
And then something happens and they just start to talk about profit sharing.
Well, this is what I don't understand. It's like, how do you come up with the number you're contributing before your ownership percentage? It's like, Louis thought he was going to get 50 and then was offered 5 or 10%.
Right.
Which is like a drastic difference.
Well, that's when it's like, I wish I had been a fly on the wall for the conversations. Like, hey, we want to do these pizza ovens. Like, then it's like, like I was not following. But I think Joe's argument was like, quote unquote, it was my idea. So I deserve more than 5% of profit.
Yeah.
Something to that extent. Yeah.
I
don't know.
I mean, that's not how like fundraising for business ventures goes.
Yeah.
Like the money that you put in is based on the like valuation of the concept,
the venture, right? Yeah. And then
like,
all hell broke loose.
Yeah. So but I'm glad we did get that though, because it did explain, because Gia told us everything was good,
right,
until Louis came along. So it does show us that like this caused a problem.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the pizza ovens never happened.
Yeah, I don't think there is a pizza oven.
Got it. But in theory, Louis spent that $250K. That $250K is somewhere.
Oh yeah, that I don't have the answer for.
Because it's like he either...
Ooh.
It was either spent via in development or...
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
When Andy asks for questions for the reunion, we need to circle back and ask about what happened to the $250K.
Where is the $250K?
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the crux of like...
Good question.
Like somebody dicked him out of the $250K.
Yeah.
So where is it?
Anyway. Potentially.
Okay. Sorry. I digress.
Okay. I want to talk about the Louis, Bill, Nate video about forgiveness.
The trolling.
Which is like interesting that Louis is doing this video that invokes the video that he was shamed for on the beach shirtless with 20 men.
Correct. It's like get like him in frame with 2 other men.
Like you're speaking, men are with you, behind you, looking at the camera with you. Why would you invoke?
I have to say, I'm not much of a Joey Gorga fan at all these days, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But them trolling that video, I was finger waving.
I know.
I was like, listen, troll recognize troll.
That's why I like when people say like, I don't want the house husbands. Like on Jersey, they're the show.
They are
part of the show.
And like that was funny.
Yeah.
Like I love like the bro shit is like exhausting after a while, but I was like, that's good.
Oh, but I got to give credit to Evan was the one that was really goading him on.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
The Goldschneiders lip syncing for their life.
100%. I mean, yeah, the video, Louis' initial video.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, he's such an exhausting human. You know what I mean? Just like his kind of cult leader, emotional manipulation,
holding Zia's hand,
like grabbing Zia's hand, and
Zia's like
Zia has one finger. You could tell she's like, get your hand off of me. Louis is a wild fucking ride, like truly.
And you could tell Tree doesn't know how to navigate it.
She doesn't know. And I think it's like, you're watching it and you're like, oh, Tree thinks that Louis can, like, she trusts Louis to the extent that she's like, okay, like, yeah, like whatever you're saying, Louis is going to calm me down, right? But then it's like, Louis is just talking nonsense to you, you know? I don't know. It's...
Okay. Jackie badgering Danielle Cabral.
Jackie badgering Danielle Cabral again.
Okay. I kind of got to give it to Jackie for like trying to fight her way back onto the show.
Sure.
And Danielle Cabral, you cannot leave 2 parties in a row.
I thought the same thing. And like, part of me is like, okay, she doesn't want to, because I do believe that Danielle Cabral is like an actual fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
Jackie should be scared.
Like Jackie actually should be scared. Danielle does not fuck around. You know,
I'd be scared. Yeah.
So I think Danielle knows. However, it's like Danielle has to weigh her fight with her paycheck, right? So it's like, you know, you're being triggered. You know, you could like literally slap the shit out of Jackie. No problem, right? However, you are on a television show and we need to follow it through. And that's what we're missing. Now, two parties in a row, basically, right? Yeah.
I mean, so we did get the mid-season trailer this week.
Yeah.
And it does seem as though, I hope Danielle's not leaving. We're going to be on a trip in Ireland together, so there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. And she doesn't have Nate with her, like, she does at the parties and like.
So I do think we're going to see a different side of Danielle coming up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to write her off.
Right. How do you feel about, given this week's episode 2 and like the pile on, like, how do you feel about all of the women coming after Danielle for like the quote unquote, like, there's got to be more, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, I mean, I'm just kind of like, sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if we're going to get it.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get it. And you might need to, if you want to get it, you might need to go about it
a different way. Correct. Like, we got to learn our lessons.
We got to like talk to the sister-in-law.
Right. Instead of being like, well, it can't just be the Instagram thing. Right.
Yeah.
But honestly, for me, I'm like, old school Italian. Talk about, what is it? Kathy Wakili's dad.
Yeah.
And
the $200.
The $200. They did talk for 6 years. Right. It's like, that is not out of, you know, out of bounds. I mean, yeah, it's like on paper.
Danielle has left us a few breadcrumbs, though.
Okay.
In terms of the bitch sister-in-law.
Yeah. Look, of course, it's not just the Instagram thing, right?
Yeah.
But I understand that there's more, but at the same time, like, that was the thing that did it, right?
Yeah.
And like
the straw. That was the straw.
That was the straw.
But to Jackie's credit, there's more to it than the straw.
But Danielle's like, Jackie, I'm not telling you. I think Danielle's like, you got to earn her trust, and maybe she'll tell you. Team Danielle.
Yeah.
Just stick around.
Stick around. I mean, you know, but like, I feel like we are seeing a world where things can happen when it's not Giudice Gorga.
Thank God. It is refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Danielle she's the future.
You know who else is the future? Jen Fessler.
Jen Fessler, a.k.a.
Mother.
I've never
rooted for a girl like this before.
No, it is absolutely effortless. And just to see, yeah.
Well, to me, it's like a normal person.
Yeah. Someone who is just like inherently good on TV.
Oh, no, good at being on TV, but seemingly like...
No, it's because of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like she is who she is and plays well. Yeah.
I mean, Teresa goes, like, as a Triagra podcast a few weeks ago, Teresa's going in all sorts of places. She's got daddy issues.
That was... Oof.
What are you even talking about? You have brother issues. You love your brother.
And then watching her try and kind of like she never like fully backed off of it, but trying to quote unquote like explain what she meant.
Well, I mean,
just digging herself a deeper hole.
The daddy issues is what Jackie was just like quietly like. She's like, oh, that's not nice. And then Teresa's like, don't you fucking say anything. Like, Teresa would gladly kill Jackie.
Well, yeah, Teresa already has like kind of a short fuse with Jackie from their history, but
yeah, I was surprised that the "I wear your father's pajamas" thing was not a bigger moment.
I had such bad chills when he said that, like spine tingling. Like, if I was Joey Gorga, I'd be like, get those fucking PJs off.
I'm gonna rip it off your body,
like,
motherfucker.
That is so. I don't know. It's not my family. I don't want to get involved, but. Here I am on a podcast. It's like oddly disrespectful.
Okay, so Teresa's explained it, I think, since, because there's podcasts running left and right.
Sure.
I think she said it. Those were pajamas he never wore that Louis
is
now wearing
to make the girls feel safe
and loving.
End quote.
No, and loving.
And loving. What are you talking about? Oh. And even like Joey's face, he was just like, he had this like blank stare, like, processing in the moment. Like, this man is wearing my grandfather's pajamas.
My dad's pajamas.
My dad's pajamas to make my nieces feel safe and loving. Wild.
All right. We're wrapping it up.
Sorry. Yeah, we got to go.
Zia and Joey screaming, "That's the matriarch of the family." I gotta say, I was laughing.
Joe bowing, just being like, "Our matriarch."
Am I no longer a hugger? Am I a Zia lover?
It has been the
ping pong and back and forth.
Ping pong of this season.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I mean, listen, we got stuff going on. We got a mid-season trailer. I do think the mid-season trailer showed to us that we are getting. I think the wedding itself is going to be a separate, special episode.
Standalone.
That they get more money for, I would think.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll see it. We'll see most things leading up to the wedding.
Leading up to it, yes.
And then,
yeah.
I did get a little, not emotional, but when Tree is FaceTiming with Joe Giudice and the girls are in their bridesmaids dresses.
Oh, yeah.
And Giudice just casually was like, "Tree, when are you getting married? Saturday?" And Tree is like crying with her eye patches on. Like that felt, that must be wild for Tree.
Yeah.
But.
Wow. We'll see.
It's not a Tree I'm hugging this week.
Okay. We're going to get into Vanderpump, but I do want to just quickly say, Bravo tweeted today a tease that we're getting 2 announcements
tomorrow.
Today, as you're listening to this.
Correct.
Or potentially in the past as you are listening to this.
Correct.
And it's like an assault on Come Through Queen, I would want to say.
It's a personal attack.
Because we have been clamoring for the OC trailer for a month and a half, I would say, at least.
So we think, in theory,
as you listen to this,
one of these two,
both OC and Atlanta. Because so here's the fun thing:
the new era begins.
So Potomac wrapped,
right?
Then they've been airing the Candy SWV
Escape. SWV.
But that's only going to be 5-6 episodes.
Sure.
So they have a slot to fill.
So we think one of them.
Atlanta's going to be coming back probably within a month. And then OC, I don't know where it's going. I want to say same night as Vanderpump Rules, because Vanderpump Rules has the hottest ticket in town.
Excellent viewership.
And it's like we're on the West Coast.
Yeah. It's a good pairing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good wine pairing.
It's like it's the same B-roll, you know, just like beaches and palm trees.
So obviously we're going to talk about those two trailers next week.
Yes.
But
Tune in.
won't be here. So we would like to say, do you have anything to say about OC or Atlanta?
I think Atlanta will be a good, Atlanta coming back is a good excuse for me to get caught up just because I've been, you know, and I have a lot to catch up on Atlanta. So I might actually sidebar with you and be like, give me a couple seasons to check in on.
You know what? I would venture to say, I'm not even sure last season matters.
Do you think I could just start fresh?
Yeah.
Just pick up with this new season.
Not that they're refreshing cast or anything.
Right.
But I don't think there was like monumental story beats last season other than Sheree doing her fashion show, which like that is it.
Right.
Like that's
right.
You don't need to know more than that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And OC, I feel like I have seen most of OC overall. What is this going to be? Season 17?
Oh, wait, did you check in with the Noella Dubrow season?
Parts of.
Okay.
Yeah. But OC is like a warm blanket to me.
So yeah. Oh yeah, you are.
I'm
I
an
would
OC
say
girl,
like,
which is
I skew not OC girl. I feel like you skew OC girl.
Totally.
So I almost think you don't need to watch last season. Watch the reunion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. All right.
And there we go. So let's get into Vanderpump Rules.
Let's get into Vanderpump Rules. Okay.
Which, as a former, I'm happy to say, Los Angeles.
Very recently, former Angelino.
I feel like you are perfect for this conversation.
Yeah. No, I think I definitely have an understanding of the environment in which these creatures, the environment that these creatures habitate. And also, I mean, like, I just, you know, I see where they shoot and I'm just like, oh yeah, I've been there. You know, like but do I gravitate towards these human beings outside of their appearance on television? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are picking up with like a few group scenes here and there.
Yes. Yep.
We have a Allie, Ariana, Sheena, Lala moment.
Which was interesting. Allie did not do much. So the lunch, what did we even talk about at the lunch?
We're just like, Lala's probably like, you're a real bitch. Isn't that something Lala would say?
1000%. Yeah, lunch was kind of a non-event. What were the other group scenes that we had?
We had a Schwartz and Sandy's tasting,
which
with Katie Maloney Bar and Grill.
With Katie Maloney Bar and Grill, Brett, Tom, and then Greg.
Tune into the Patreon pre-show, James,
for my
very close friend of Brett.
Brett is a dear friend. Yes, I did have an interaction with Brett at Schwartz and Sandy's. Tune into the pre-show for all the info. The tasting, I think, was the most interesting of the kind of quick hit scenes we got at the beginning of the episode. Just because I was like, I'm interested in the food.
Yeah.
Greg's wife, Jolene, and Greg's niece attended the tasting.
If you could do me this one favor tonight, call me Jolene.
Jolene, a star. So we did that. What else? Eventually we got to Sheena's surprise bridal shower.
Yes. Hosted
by
LVP on the farm.
Queen Mother on the farm. The Beverly Hills farm.
Well, there's Malibu Farm and there's Beverly Hills Farm.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The surprise bridal shower where everybody sang in unison the chorus of Good as Gold, which I had a great time.
I mean,
watching.
Usher to Good as Gold.
It was a sight to be seen. Yeah, I feel like James got activated at that bridal shower, which I think was a precursor to a little tease of the end of the episode.
Further activations, yeah.
Exactly. Laying the
okay.
the
So
groundwork.
we, at this point, as a viewer,
Yes.
we've gained new information from the podcast universe. And I don't think we've talked about this thus far. The word on the street is allegedly Raquel and Tom Sandoval had SE in Ariana's car being driven by Tom Sandoval from Guys Night that aired 2 weeks ago. So at this point,
Guys Night.
Yeah, from Guys Night. So at this
The Guys
point,
Night that Raquel and Charlie crashed.
yes.
So Raquel and Tom Sandoval had sex after that.
Yeah. In Ariana's car.
For the first time.
For the very first time.
Allegedly.
Okay,
so at this point,
so you need to view that in that lens.
everything post is now the new reality.
Yeah. So we had the last week we had the pool party where Tom was defending Raquel a little bit. And now I feel like he's almost distancing himself a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
Yeah. I just want us all to
Yeah.
take a look.
It's going to be such a wild ride to watch the rest of their interactions
And
map them.
And Schwartzy is still doing cosplay. I feel like at this point, Schwartzy might know something
Yes.
occurred. Possibly.
So his role as Raquel Mr. becomes ever more important to keep the illusion going.
Very powerful.
Very powerful stuff. What else?
Oh, surprise bridal shower. I would like to touch on Lala and Brock
making up. Or kind of like on television.
Yeah. Well, I think it's even
memorializing their makeup.
I think it's even a step further than making up. It's like, oh, we want to become the best of friends.
Yes. We want to make it clear that we're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Yep. We got Lala in tears at that lunch.
Yeah.
And then more things happened, I'm sure. But then we're off to Mexico, most importantly.
Well, I do want to touch on LVP. Just kind of
Queen Mother
meandering around. Ken Todd is there in his Joanne drag.
Yes.
You specifically the Lisa, Lala, James moment.
Yes. James again acting up. Lala trying
serving.
Lala serving.
I mean, I think it's the best Lala's ever looked.
So it's incredible. 1000%.
Yeah.
And then Lisa, doing her usual, oh, darling, put the china down. Yeah.
We just got to put the china down.
Yes, that was an interesting exchange for sure.
Shall we go to Mexico?
Let's go to Mexico. So chaotic arrivals. We got a couple different cars worth of people. We're all in the lobby.
We got Christina Kelly.
First
and foremost.
We find out that Sheena has bumped Katie to a room very far away and has revoked her club privileges. And to that I say, atta girl.
But I gotta say, she may revoke, but Katie is bringing Christina Kelly to welcome drinks / dinner, and Christina Kelly's seated at main table,
2 seats away from Sheena,
where there's other tables of other guests that do not have the honor of being seated with Sheena.
100%. The nerve. Listen, give credit where credit's due.
I can't get enough of it.
So we're at welcome dinner, welcome drinks, whatever it was. And then we kind of out of the blue, that Ariana James
Oh, yeah.
interaction.
About unseen footage.
Yes. About unseen footage with James getting in an altercation with one of Brock's friends that ended in not fisticuffs.
A tussle.
Which got Ariana
activated. The likes of which we may not see again until I want you to die.
The conversation. Yeah, exactly. It just seemed, I mean, in general, it just seemed like Ariana was at the end of her rope with James, which is kind of like, it seemed, I don't know, it seemed a little out of left field, but like in typical James fashion, like I can imagine how she was just like, that was messy. Why did you do that?
So when it comes to Ariana, it's like, that's actually the response I would have if I was you most of the time. Because you're surrounded by shenanigans.
Like, yeah, imbeciles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. That's just the thing with Ariana. It's like, you seem normal. So why do you do this? Obviously for the paycheck.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked seeing her pop off a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then, was that it?
Yeah. We're kind of just like,
I think it was just there was kind of almost like a transitional episode.
We're bringing us into Mexico.
We got to get to Mexico.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Mexico a lot, and now we're here, and
we're queer.
Let's go. Yeah.
Shall we do a Freak of the Week and the One True Queen?
I think we should.
Okay.
It's about that time.
So this week, the Freak of the Week is, you almost want to say Jen Shah, but it's actually Jen Shah's publicist, assistant, social media manager.
Her team. Whoever is responsible for
manning the ship. I'm not even sure if like there's like a name to the face, but the face is reporting on Instagram live stories that Jen Shah is looking beautiful in prison.
Headline from page 6. Quote, beautiful. Jen Shah's skin and hair look, quote, great in prison. Source, pal. If anyone's been worried, if anybody has been losing sleep
about the hair and the face,
about Jen Shah's glam up in prison, you can rest easy tonight, because let me tell you, she's looking beautiful.
But we learned this week as well
that her sentence
has been shortened by a full 365.
Listen, wild.
So I think we're down to 5 years now.
We're down to 5, like 5 years and change or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, given the initial kind of prospect
14
of 14 years, down to 5.
She should be like
plus
smiling ear to ear.
Plus, we haven't even factored in, again, I know nothing about the legal system, and I'm on nobody's team here. I guess I'm on the victims team. I'm certainly not on
victims team. Yeah.
I'm not on Jen Shah's team, right?
You're on the hair or the skin.
Yeah. But this is just objectively.
Okay.
We haven't even factored in good potential reduction for good behavior. So 5 years max now, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I guess so.
But whatever it is, she's looking good. And her publicist is working overtime to make sure she is in our feeds.
Listen.
And on our stories.
Part of the situation is she has to pay back the victims.
Sure.
So I almost want her to be somehow...
That is true.
Raising money.
Yes.
Some which way.
Keep money coming in. Get a hustle
and
going.
Funneling it to the people who deserve it.
Sure. Yeah. She has to pay restitution.
She's obligated to pay them. Yeah.
Totally. And that money's got to come from
somewhere.
Something. So.
Yeah.
Go on, Jen Shah.
Go off. Okay. The one true queen this week.
Oh my God.
Sheena Shea. And I'm not even sure in our almost 7 years we have bequeathed the one true queen to Sheena Shea.
To Sheena.
But you got to give it to her. Walking out of court
on a rainy day in LA.
On a rainy day, which seems more and more common.
Yeah.
It makes you feel sick.
That's why I moved.
Yeah. To escape the rain of LA to come to Brooklyn. walking out of court for the hearing of the restraining order.
Yes. Which one Rachel Leviss?
Oh, no, we don't do that on this podcast. Raquel Leviss.
Raquel Leviss.
Yeah.
Which one Raquel Leviss did not attend?
Yeah, which just goes to show, as Sheena tweeted, justice was capital S, capital U, capital R, lowercase v, E-D.
Justice was served.
Served.
Sheena walking out of that courtroom, the TMZ reporter, I think, just asked a simple question like, did the suit get dropped or whatever, right? Or and she went off.
Mother had a script.
She was off
memorized,
book.
off
book.
On the record.
Ready to go. Eloquent, to the point.
DV organizations to donate to.
Totally. Ready to go.
Wasting the time of the taxpayers' money of California.
Correct.
Obviously, we don't know like what actually transpired.
Right.
That brought upon this, but
she came out
ready
to talk. Thrilling. And looked great doing it.
In a pantsuit.
It was kind of like a camel.
Not a pantsuit,
it was like a camel pants. It was a camel kind of like suit.
She was serving.
Some shades. She was serving. She's been serving a lot recently. So Sheena, congrats.
Yeah, as we mentioned, we know trailers are coming. We're going to talk about it next week, which is actually perfect because next week will be the 7th year anniversary of Come Through Queen. Brendan will be back. We'll miss Jimbo, of course.
Oh my goodness.
But like now that you're
local,
one might say.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I would love to come back.
We might see you again.
Let's see.
I would say like, where can people find you? But you're nowhere to be found.
I'm nowhere. You can find me in Brooklyn. That's right.
You can find her in Brooklyn. Maybe again on Come Through Queen, and like that's it, baby.
That's right.
Well, James, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brendan. We love you. We miss you.
Yeah, be strong.
Be strong. This is a crisis.
This is a crisis. We did a good job of plugging the Patreon pre-show this week. I gotta say,
right. But
which was a meaty episode.
That was a fun chat.
A fun romp.
Should tune in.
So go to comethroughqueen.com and just like, comment, subscribe, heart, share, retweet.
Bye.
Love us, please retweet. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Later. I wanna see ya come through, Queen.